They say Lagos now where dreams come true, but dem know they tell you say fit break you before it make you. For Obi, it started with just N2000, a nylon bag, and one heavy prayer from his mama. But Lagos no send you. Obi jumped down. From the old rickety bus at Ojolegba with dusty slippers, an overwashed polo, and two things in his pocket, N2000 and hope. He had never been to Lagos before, but his cousin Seyi had told him, "Come, I go help you." Lagos day for Husabi hustle. That first night, the help he expected from Seyi turned into, "Bros, make you manage kiosk outside. You get space for corner." The kiosk was hot like pepper stew, filled with mosquitoes and the stench of stale drinks, but it was better than sleeping on the road. Day 2, Obi was on the street hawking pure water. Day 5, he knew how to dodge lastma and area. Voice day 10. His feet were blistered, but his dream, still day alive. "Omo, Lagos no be your village, oh," a fellow hawker, Amina, once told him. "Here, now every man for himself, even blood fit turn stranger." Obi laughed, not knowing say the joke go soon reach him. By week 3, he discovered Seyi had been collecting money from his boss anytime he helped Obi find odd jobs. Betrayal, hot like burning oil, cut through his heart. He confronted him. "Say, why? Na me, your blood," Seyi shrugged. "Lagos na survival, Obi. If you know wise up, you go chop sand." Obi left that day with nothing but a tattered bag and tears he swore not to let drop. He started pushing wheelbarrow in mile 12 market. Every night, he counted N300, N500, saved N200, and bought bread with the rest. Slowly, like snail dewaka, things began to shift. One rainy afternoon, while pushing tomatoes for Mama Nkechi, a loyal customer who always paid well, Obi collapsed. Hunger, fatigue, wet clothes. The woman rushed to him, poured water on his face, and shouted for help. Next morning, he woke up in Mama Nkechi's small kitchen. "You get drive, I like am," she said. "Come day help me sell food for corner, at least you go chop well." That food stand was where it all changed. Obi learned to cook. Jollof, egusi, ewa agoyin. Fried plantain that'll make you forget heartbreak. He served with smile and speed. Within 6 months, he was making enough to rent a Face Me, I Face You. Then came the spark. A customer, a banker, tasted his yam porridge and jokingly said, "Guy, if you open shop, I go bring my whole office here." Obi replied, "Oga, hold." "Emo, I dey count on you," they laughed. But that laugh turned into support. The banker posted about Obi's food on Twitter, X. The post went viral. "Best food in Yaba for under N1000. Next week, bloggers showed up. Next month, food vendors started copying his menu. 3 months later, Obi opened Obi's Chop Life Kitchen, but success no be free. Friends turned to strangers. His small-time hawker friends now say he donde form. Even Amina, the girl who once gave him slippers when he lost his own, begged him for help, and he didn't pick her call on time. Now, he stands in front of his second branch, wearing agbada, sunglasses on, camera flashing, but his heart heavy. "Nah, this be the dream," he whispers. "But wait and I lose to get am." Obi de chop suya in his car that night, parked by the lagoon. The breeze was soft, the city lights dancing on the water, but his mind no rest. His phone dey vibrate back to back with alerts, orders, interviews, contracts. He should be happy, but something day off. A text popped up, Amina. "I no even need much, Obi. Just help me with small capital make I start my own Akara stand." He sighed. This same Amina once shared her only sachet water with him, gave him slippers when he waka barefoot. But now people dey line up to take pictures with Chef Obi. Now every cousin way never call since birth suddenly dey say, blood. Is blood. He scrolled again, missed calls from Mama Nkechi. He forgot her birthday. She cried on the phone last week. He had promised to be there, but fame dey take time like spirit husband. 2 years ago, he was on the floor, scrubbing pots, in the corner of Mama Nkechi's buka. "Obi, go buy more onions!" "Obi, the fire don't go off." "Obi, where that pepper I grind yesterday?" He answered, ran, cooked, served, washed. He smiled through insults. He laughed through hunger because he had a vision. One day, he go own his own. And when he finally did, he no forget where he start, at first. But Lagos dey move fast, faster. Then gratitude sometimes, now back to present. A new staff walked into his office. "Sir, there's a woman outside, says her name is Amina." "She looks tired." Obi's heart skipped. "Tell her to—" He paused. "Bring her in." Amina entered. Same smile, same head tie, but eyes tired. She no even greet before she drop "Obi, why you forget me? I know they asked for free food. I just want sell a cara like before. My mama done sick, Obi. I no even get money for drugs." Obi looked away, ashamed. He reached for his drawer and brought out a brown envelope. He pressed it into her palm. "Take this, rent your stall. Start afresh. I go send supplier to give you gas and stove." Amina's eyes fill with tears. "God go bless you." Obi forced a smile, but as she walked out, he felt something even heavier loneliness. His success stay loud, but the silence in his soul, louder. That night, he stood on the balcony of his new flat in Lekki Phase 1, looking down at the busy street. Cars moved, people laughed, life moved on. His phone rang again. Mama Nkechi, he picked. "Mama, I beg I no forget you. I go come see you tomorrow with something special." She laughed through the phone. "Na you sabi, no let Lagos carry your head." We chuckled, but deep down it pain him. Because truth be say, Lagos don't already carry part of him. The next morning, Obi drove himself to Mama Nkechi's place. Not with escort or tinted glass, just him and the memories. The buka looked smaller now. The wooden tables were still there. The blue paint had peeled more than ever. But the scent, Ivofin Sala, still hung in the air like comfort. Mama Nkechi saw him and burst into a smile. "Ah, my millionaire don't remember old Mama today, oh." Obi knelt slightly and hugged her. "I never forget you, Mama." They sat, talked, laughed, cried. "Small, Mama." "You see Amina recently?" he asked. "Yes," she said. "She dey try, but she get that hunger in her eyes. Same one way I see for your face when you first come." Obi's eyes dimmed. "I feel like I'm changing, Mama. I dey win, but I dey lose too." Mama Nkechi nodded slowly. "That's Lagos for you. It go teach you how to shine, but you go fight not to lose your soul in the process." Meanwhile, back at Obi's Chop Life Kitchen 2.0, things weren't as smooth. Staff started stealing ingredients. His assistant manager leaked account details to a fake vendor. Someone made a fake Obi's Kitchen Instagram page, started collecting orders and money, scamming people in his name. The pressure? E-choke. Even with 200k followers, 3 branches and interviews on TV. Obi started to burn out. He barely slept, barely ate. He even missed his younger sister's wedding in Enugu. His mother called Obi money no be everything. "Are you okay?" He wanted to lie, but his throat tightened. "Mama, I dey try, but I dey tired." Later that week, Obi sat alone in his flat. No noise, just him. He picked up a photo from his first day in Lagos. Dusty feet, nylon bag, bright eyes. "Where that Obi day now?" he whispered. Suddenly his phone rang. It was a number from the US. "Hello." "Hello, is this Mr. Obi? My name is Clara. I'm calling from Niger Eats International. We'd love to bring your kitchen brand to Houston. We saw your story on LinkedIn. Can we talk?" Obi froze. Another door just opened, but he still hadn't closed the ones behind him. Obi sat silently, phone still in hand. "Hello, Mr. Obi?" The woman's voice echoed from the other side. "Yes," he finally replied. "Let's talk." She explained everything, how they'd fly him out, sponsor his papers and launch. Obi's Chop Life, Houston. "It'll be the first Nigerian street food brand with global visibility," she said. Obi looked around at his apartment. Marble floors, leather seats, big TV, but no one to share it with. Not even laughter echoed in the room anymore. He said he'd think about it. But deep inside, the Lagos boy in him whispered, "You fit day win abroad, and still lose yourself for real." Same night, Obi drove to the old kiosk he once slept in. It was now a mini provision store. He stood there for minutes, just staring. The woman inside came out. "You want buy something, sir?" He smiled. "No, I just remember where I come from." She looked at him. "Again. Wait a mo, now you be that Obi chef way day TV. My husband, they always talk about you." Obi smiled faintly, signed an autograph on her son's jotter. As he walked back to his car, someone tapped his shoulder. It was his cousin, Sei. Sei looked older, rougher, and wore guilt like cologne. Obi, I no even know how to face you. I hear of your success. Bros, I fuck up, I dey beg. Obi's jaw clenched. His fist tightened. This was the same man who sold him out when he had nothing, but life had taught Obi one thing. Bitterness is too heavy to carry when you're trying to fly. I forgive you, Obi muttered. But make you change. Lagos, no. Go pity you if you no pity yourself. Saya nodded with tears. Thank you, Obi, thank you. Days later, Obi called a meeting. His old crew, Amina, Mama Nkechi, his loyal staff. He announced he'd be stepping away for a while. Not to run, he said, but to breathe, to remember who I am. He gave Amina full rights to manage Obi's Chop Life Yaba. Hired a professional to audit the finances. Rebranded his social media to talk about mental health, honesty, and the truth behind hustle. Then, he packed his small bag, just like old times, and flew to Houston. Not to chase success blindly, but to carry his roots with him, this time with wisdom. But what he didn't know was, back in Lagos, a new drama was already brewing. A former staff he had fired was planning something. A scandal, a video. And a lie that could ruin everything Obi had worked for, both in Lagos and abroad. 2 weeks after Obi landed in Houston, things looked bright again. Interviews, photo shoots. Even a local American chef said, "This Nigerian boy got magic in his hands." He smiled again. This time, the smile touched his eyes. For the first time in years, he was sleeping full 8 hours. No alarms, no generator noise, just peace. But peace in Lagos? He'd expire fast. Back in Nigeria, a WhatsApp message started flying. Una si wetin Obi de do for Yankee. You go shock! Attached. A blurred video of someone who looked like Obi in a hotel room with a woman, with captions claiming he was sleeping with a married client to get international deals. Twitter caught fire. Facebook cooked the gist. Instagram. Influencers reposted. TikTok was dragging him like jollof rice at Owambe. Even Yaksh Obi. The fake chef started trending. Obi's phone buzzed non-stop. Bro, what's going on? Guy, respond na! Omo, your silence na confession, oh! He froze. Sweat formed on his palms. He tried calling Amina. She picked and shouted, Obi, Lagos don't catch fire, oh! Even the local news carry am! Say na your ex-staff where you fire, Henry! Release am! Obi's chest tightened. Henry, but I helped him get another job. I say you ruin him. Say you dey pretend online. In Houston, Obi's new investors paused the launch. A food festival uninvited him. His visa sponsor said, we don't want drama. The Lagos boy was now living his worst fear, losing everything again. He stood by the window that night and whispered, God, is this how it ends? But inside him something rose the fire of the street boy from Ojuelegba, the one who survived. Betrayal, hunger, and pure water hustle, he wiped his face. No, this one no go end me. Then Obi booked a flight back to Lagos. He dropped a video. I no run, I no hide. Let's clear the air. I was raised by fire, betrayal, and pepper soup, and I'm still here. Let's go. He arrived at MMA like a warrior. Crowds waited outside. Bloggers. Reporters. Some booed, some cheered. He walked past them with a calm face, but his heart beat like generator Wayno get diesel. He held a press conference at Obi's Chop Life HQ. He showed the unedited version of the hotel video. It wasn't him. Clear face, different tattoo, different voice. Then he played voice recordings of Henry trying to blackmail him for N5 million. The room went dead silent. Obi ended with, I built this from the gutter, and if I fall again, I go rise. But not by lies. Later that night, Obi stood in front of the old kiosk again, this time, cameras all around. Lagos, I'm home. Let's rebuild. The streets of Lagos buzzed with noise, traffic, and now, Obi's name. From bus stops to barbershops, from buka corners to Instagram lives, people were talking. That guy get mind Shah. A return come face the fire. Respect. Obi's comeback shook Lagos like thunder. His video reached 1 million views in less than 24 hours. But he wasn't chasing clout, he was rebuilding something deeper. Next morning, Obi walked into Obi's Chop Life Yaba unannounced. Customers stood, staff paused. "Morning, everybody," he said calmly. "I know, just come to check soup I come to." "Check spirit," he faced his team. "I know the heat of betrayal. I know what it means to carry brand for head and almost drown. But today we day reset this kitchen, not just for food, but for truth." And then he made a shocking announcement. "From today, all junior staff go collect free vocational training. If you no one remain in the kitchen forever, I go help you grow. Because true leadership no be how many people they serve you, but how many you carry along." Meanwhile, Henry. He had gone silent since Obi cleared his name. But Lagos know they forget scandal easily. A blog leaked a voice note of Henry crying, begging a friend. "I no say he go like this. I just a vex say him fire me. Now everywhere dumb block. For me." People started dragging him instead. "You want ruin another man's life because of job? Jealousy go make you miss your own blessing." 1 week later, Amina walked into Obi's office. She placed a brown envelope on his table. "What's this?" Obi asked. She smiled. "My first profit. I want donate small to the Chop Life Foundation you talk about." Obi shook his head. "You no owe me anything," Amina replied. "I owe you hope." He paused. For once, everything felt full circle. The pure water hawker. The betrayed cousin. The boy who once scrubbed booker pots. Now the man running a foundation, 3 kitchens, and speaking at business forums. But he wasn't done. Obi spoke at Unilag days later. Crowd of students. Bright eyes. Phones up. He held the mic and said, "Lagos didn't give me success, it gave me scars, but those scars became my story. And this story, na evidence say, if you no give up, you go stand up. But never forget, no matter how far you, go, always know who you be." The crowd erupted, tears, cheers, applause. But just when he thought peace had finally settled, a call came in. His mother collapsed. Hospital. No one knows what happened yet. The hospital lights buzzed softly as Obi sat on the cold bench, shoulders heavy like sack of beans. He stared through the glass as nurses moved around his mother's room. Oxygen tubes. Monitors. That loud silence that makes your heart pound louder than traffic in Oshodi, his mother, his rock, his reason. The same woman who gave him her last N2000 and said, "Obi, no, let Lagos swallow you." Now she lay still, fighting for her life. And Obi, the Lagos big man, suddenly felt like a small boy again. He remembered the day he left his village. "Mama," he had whispered, "I go make you proud." She smiled, touching his cheek. "Pride no sweet if you lose yourself. Be good, and if you fall, get up again." He didn't understand those words fully then, but now, sitting outside the ICU, they echoed louder than ever. 2 days later. Doctors said it was high blood pressure, triggered by stress. Apparently, she saw the fake video during the scandal and collapsed, thinking everything was true. She had cried alone for days. No one told Obi because they didn't want to disturb him while abroad. The guilt tore him like broken bottle. "I was busy fighting to protect my name," he whispered, to himself. "But I let down the one person who carried it first." Back at the village, Obi stayed back longer than expected. No flashy clothes, no social media updates, just wrapper, slippers, and sitting under the mango tree with his mother, who was now recovering slowly. Every morning, they'd talk. "Mama," he said one evening, "I get everything I prayed for, but I feel empty sometimes." His mother looked at him, frail but wise. "Because the noise in Lagos too loud, you know they hear yourself again. But here you they remember your why." Meanwhile in Lagos, Amina held things down. Obi's fans kept the brand alive with hashtags like Anumak Chop Life still standing. Even Mama Nkechi joined TikTok, sharing old memories of Obi's early days. But something deeper was stirring in Obi's heart, a new idea, something beyond buka and business. One night, he told his mother, I Want to start something new. Not just food, not just fame. I want to build centers for street hustlers. Teach them business, emotional balance, branding, and survival. His mother smiled weakly. That one sweet me. Make sure say you go name the first center after your papa. Obi chuckled. Mama, even for this your condition, you still day plan legacy. But just as peace began to return again, another storm gathered. A foreign investor sent Obi an email. We're reconsidering our partnership. Too many online controversies. Bad. For PR. Then a message from Lagos. Obi, one of your locations, Don Byrne, suspected arson. He stared at both messages. One from abroad, one from home. Both threatening everything again. The room was quiet, as Obi reread both messages, one investor pulling out. One shop in Lagos burnt to the ground. It felt like life was calling him back into the ring. Only this time, he wasn't the hungry boy from Ojulegba anymore. He was a man, with scars, lessons, and legacy on his mind. He stood up from the wooden stool in the village veranda, where he and his mother had been sipping pap. Mama, he said, Lagos wan drag me back inside fire. But this time I go walk inside with water, she smiled. Make sure say you no forget who you be. Fight but fight with sense. Imak in Lagos. The burnt branch was a mess. Charcoal walls, melted fridges, torn Obi's Chop Life sign on the floor like a fallen crown. But the street came alive. Ex-staff, old customers, even rival vendors came to help clean. Some brought buckets, some brought cash, some just brought encouragement. Obi, you fed us when we had nothing, one man said. This is our small way to give back. That day, Obi didn't cry. He built, weeks later, the shop reopened, stronger. Repainted with murals of street hustlers, quotes from Obi's journey, and a new name above the entrance. Chop Life Rebirth Center. Not just a kitchen now, it became a hybrid space where you could eat and learn business. Hustlers could get small grants, street kids could attend workshops, single mothers could learn to bake and sell. And above the counter, a frame of his mother's smiling face with the quote, "No, let Lagos swallow you." As for the foreign investor, Obi wrote him a letter. I don't build for comfort, I build for purpose. If PR matters more to you than people, then we were never meant to build together. The letter went viral. That same week, a Nigerian billionaire reached out. I love your grit. Let's build a Lagos campus for youth enterprise, full sponsorship. 1 year later, Obi stood on the TEDx stage, wearing plain Ankara, holding his old nylon bag. I came to Lagos with N2000. I slept in kiosks, I hawked water, I faced betrayal, blackmail, burnout, and fire, but I stayed true. Because sometimes God doesn't give you tables. He teaches you to build your own, from scratch. To every dreamer out there, Lagos no be beans, but if you no give up, you go chop life. Because the same fire way try to burn you fit cook your future.